friends and family. Greetings, how are you? I hope that all is well with you, and I hope that all is well with your families. Welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to another video. So look, guys, I had to be all the way honest with you, right? I started recording this video like 4 different times today. Like every time I started, I had to stop, take a breath, and reset. But I do appreciate your patience, okay? But hey, I'm here. And I'm so glad to be here connecting with you. All right? So look, summer is almost over, y'all. And for most of us who deal with chronic pain, the good old warm weather that helps keeps everything loose and pain-free is coming to an end. And you know what that means. It means that good old arthritis is coming back to say, hello. But look, in my case, y'all, he caught up with me a lot quicker than I anticipated this year, all right? And this past week, it's been like one of those kind of up and downers, all right? Like yesterday, for example. When I woke up, guys, I was really feeling it, all right? From the moment I got out of bed, I could just feel that stiffness and that deep aching throb, It's just one of those days to where, you got to listen to your body, all right? So I spent most of the day right here just resting, trying to allow it to pass. I did manage to get some things done around the house, but, I spent most of my time resting. And on a scale of 1 to 10, I'd say that my arthritic joint pain right now is currently knocking on a solid 7, all right? And the reason why it is that high right now is partially because, number one, change in the weather. You can basically feel the pressure dropping like in the atmosphere before the rain, and then the nights are getting cooler. But also, it was a big change that was made last year. I'm not sure if you all are in the loop, but, I stopped taking Gabapentin, and I was moved over to a dedicated anti-arthritis medication that is lighter on the scale, okay? Now, let me tell you this much, guys. I love the fact that I don't require those heavier medications to manage my chronic pain anymore, okay? So my therapy alone solely relies on 3 things. My old handy-dandy Spinal Cord Stimulator, my anti-arthritis medication, and some plain old ibuprofen when I need it, all right? And for the most part, this combo works beautifully, especially during the summertime. But right now, I'm kind of catching it for the first time in a long time, and it's just a good reminder that this journey, guys, is not a destination. I'll be also hitting a huge milestone in November, all right? My 5-year implantation anniversary. Yeah. 5 years with this good old machine right here. All right, implanted in my back. Anytime, guys, I have had some incredible pain-free days. I've even had stretches like last year, for example, where I was almost pain-free for nearly a whole year. All right. But I also had my share of bad days too. That's just the hard reality of it. All right. But I was recently I had gotten reprogrammed, and in addition to that, I've become so familiar with my system. My rep, they set me up with some really good programs, and I have become quite a maestro with this here remote. So what I like to do, I take their programs, I put my spin on it, find what works right for me, and then I take that program and I save it to its own spot, okay? And that way it's like having a custom-made toolkit, like right in the palm of my hands, all right? And to counter the pain, especially during flare-ups like these, I force myself to do like little gentle stretches, little stretching exercises, nothing crazy, but just enough to keep the joints moving, to fight off the stiffness. And, it's like one of the last things that you feel like doing, but it's often the thing that helps the most in the end, all right? So I do ask you all to keep me in your thoughts and prayers. I know this is just temporary because all things are temporary, and even this too shall pass. Now, I want to thank you all so much for all of your incredible support, you know, that you all show, all right? And reading your comments and messages, it makes a difference for me, like, especially on days like this. This community means the world to me, and I appreciate all of you for everything, all right? So in closing, for other content creators who make videos like this, feel free to check out DJ Porkchop. Feel free to check out Handicraft and check out Joseph Aboard. We're all different people, come from different walks of life, but we all share one common objective, our SES system. Now, I do thank all those who stayed until the end, and until we meet again, please stay safe, hold it in the road, and I'll see you guys in the next video. All right? Peace.